How can I put us side by side?
What are you using? A phone or your
speaker view, gallery view?
So if I slide,
there we are. There. You like that?
I don't see what you did. I just see. I see like this. Maybe because I'm on my phone.
Oh, you don't see us side by side?
That's because I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Right. Oh. Do you hear that thunder?
No.
Girl.
Let me show you how we look.
Hold. I can't see it. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now places.
We're official.
We are official. Okay, so what I discovered is I can send out an invite to people to join the Zoom, and all they have to do is click the link. I went to get Jake from State Farms, Jake from the movie.
Yeah.
Get him on here, but I didn't. I sent it to his email. I'm gonna text him because we got some questions for his trifling butt.
His name is Karon Joseph.
Yeah, Karon Joseph Riley. You know, he's one of my business partners.
Oh, really?
We filmed together. We did one of his films, and I was one of the executive producers. Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
So, are you streaming also live into like Facebook?
Look,
are you gonna upload this?
I'm gonna upload it, but you see, I can barely log in. Why are you talking about streaming? But I'm sure we could, and that's just the point that we had to grow. You know, I wanted to do this and do it right. Let's see. Look, see, without the light switch, I wanted to get that picture behind me, but I'm in a total different room because I was so busy trying to make sure that we were growing and doing this via Zoom rather than doing it via the IG Live.
Right, right.
So I just want us to have like overall the best quality ever. Now, what happens when you turn your phone sideways? The camera is gonna look to the side. Do you have an iPad?
I do have an iPad.
Okay,
I'm not using it right now. I'm not using it right now. We can test it later.
Do you have a laptop?
I have a laptop
too. Okay, so going forward, when we're not doing the IG, so that way we're in the squares like equal.
So I'm not equal to you?
Well, it's the black shaded parts, and then it's the long.
I wondered
so that way, if you turn it sideways on the phone, the camera is gonna be, and it's gonna be looking like you're looking from the side.
Hold on.
If you turn it sideways, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I don't even know if I could do that with this thing. Girl, this was a process.
Oh.
It's still that way.
Yeah. No, it's good. But see how when you do it, oh yeah, maybe your full screen isn't out, but when you do it sideways, it looks like you're looking over to the side instead of looking dead direct at your audience. So you're fine, you're fine. So
let me see if I can put this stuff back and not disconnect, because girl, I told you this is this process trying to set up.
I know.
It is let me run here.
It's like a whole production thing. And really, honest and truly, you need a little production team because you should be having someone to adjust your audio and all of that stuff.
They do all that before. Like I was sitting here waiting. You know, Van will always try to get me together.
Let's see. Yeah, not me.
Do I need brighter light? Whatever. We in here.
We in here. You look great.
We in this. Okay. You hear that thunder?
No, I can't.
Is that thunder over there?
I'm still waiting for your photo so I can get the cartoon version for our flyer. Like the
okay, I took some today.
Okay, good. Okay.
I like that hat.
Thank you. I got a million of them, girl. Okay. Coins for Love. We're going to talk about this movie.
That was a good TV movie. You know, it was a nice little TV. Was it on TV one?
But once again, did we look weak? Or no?
No, I feel like we just got to be we have to be the strongest person in the world. We got to carry everybody. We got to take care of everybody.
The one thing I took away from that is I'm getting a change jar for the table, the emergency change.
Yeah.
Because I swear,
we had that.
I
But,
could go to the room and he had like $15 in quarters. And sometimes you just need everybody to dump in the change jar. I like
not
that.
the little boy just stealing it. He just taking the money. We had a little small one, and then Nazir had a tall one that he was keeping, that he wrapped that up and took it to the bank. So, they deposit that in his account. But I think it's a good thing to do. But I'm very rarely hitting change because I'm very rarely using cash.
Oh my God. You don't like change. Okay, do you still have your earpiece in?
Yeah. Yes.
Make sure you're talking in your mic. I know you.
Oh, you want me to change it? Okay. Let me change it to the other one. This thing right here. Okay, you hear me good?
I can hear you really good now.
I need a new headphone. You going out in that storm?
Who going out in the storm?
Oh, Van going out in the storm.
Oh, he brave. He going out to get dinner. Let that man go out and hunt so that you won't, and he can ask you.
I've learned to do that. I've learned to do that.
Tell him don't be coming back talking about do he get credit for that, because he was doing that anyway. So, and that was another thing. Why are men always looking for stuff?
Oh, there was a lot of pointers in this movie it was a lot of pointers in this movie that we can really hit close to home. That I was watching with Karon and Essence.
Number one. What was the number one? Okay, let's just give a little overview of the movie. The movie was about one girl, Essence Atkins, and what was her name in the movie? Maddie. Good old Madison. Single mom, trying to hold it down. 2 kids. Typical story.
Working all these jobs.
Working all these jobs to make ends meet. Kids at home at an age that they actually need supervision. Because like her daughter had a whole job and she didn't even know it because she's too busy out. And we have all been guilty of that, just being so busy, working overtime, staying late. Okay, the food is in the refrigerator. I cooked the meal last night. Reheat that from then. I sleep when I get home. We get home, they're asleep. They get up, we're asleep, and we just missing each other. Next thing you know, your kid got a whole job with a whole income, and your little girl is on the pole at night. No, I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh. I thought you was going to say, and your little boy is scooping ice cream with his little job. Remember that?
Scooping ice cream at Atlantic Station. My son had a whole job at 13, and I had no idea. Okay? Until Tamiko sent me a video. And he was still like, I am not working no job. Like, he was swearing he was not doing it. Are you serious right now? He was dead serious swearing it wasn't him. Then he said he was volunteering.
Girl, he was not going down there volunteering.
And then he said he was getting paid under the table. And my thing why do you even know what that means at 13? Why do you know that?
He's a hustler.
Oh my goodness.
He's a hustler.
And I was upset. Like, she was mad her daughter had a job. But on the other hand, she was like, don't you have your money from the job?
Right. Because
okay,
you want them to have
money from the job or not have the money from the job. Which one is it? Okay.
Which one is it? Well, we get to see our white shirts.
Yeah. So we like to look at things from a woman in film and entertainment's point of view.
Why mine's backwards?
Mine's is backwards. Yours
is right.
No.
Oh, guess what? So the way the people see it is the right way, because I see it the right way.
Really?
Yes.
Nice. So we're not backwards anymore. Zoom has changed our entire life. Shout out to Zoom. Okay. Okay. So she had a baby daddy who was trying. They always say they trying, but I like the statement she made. She said, I got to take care of the kids every single day, not I'm doing the best I can child support payment. Was that the phrase she used?
That scene right there really, really hit close to home. Right. But you skipping like the whole.
Okay, let's start back. Go back. Because I was just stuck on trying to do the best she can.
Yeah. So they gave her overview of Stephen Bishop, what his position was, and they showed how he was trying. Huh?
I think he's a very good looking for a light skinned man.
He is. But I think his character name was Alex or Alec.
Alec.
Okay. And so they showed. Don't call her. So Alec, he was used to be a football player, right?
Right.
And he got injured, so now he's doing sports overviews or whatever. He finally got that job. And I was surprised to see T.C. Carson in this movie.
Oh, yeah. T.C. Carson has been getting it in. He's also in the movie, the film that Karon and I did.
When I saw him, I was like, what? Yeah, you know, I still call him Kyle Barker.
I know. And he's still he looks great.
Yeah. He does.
He's aged.
I feel like all his characters, like every person he act, like he always in a nice suit.
Yeah.
He's always looking clean cut.
Yes.
He's like, listen, you're not gonna have me as no bum. I'm gonna always be a certain level, and that's what he was. He is.
Yeah, he is. He's Dapper Dan. He's the modern day Dapper Dan.
Yes. Okay. So so T.C. Carson was Alec's
manager.
Agent.
Yeah, his agent.
Force agent. See ya. And they talked about them, and then they gave an overview of how Maddie was just getting her job as an editor assistant at this high-profile firm, but at the same time, she wasn't getting paid like she needed to get paid so that she can support her kids. So that 6-month probation, which was a long time, is it?
6 months is a long time to get.
I was like, are you kidding me?
They could fire you by then. That's why the jobs do that, so they could turn around, because they don't want to invest money in you if you're not going to be around.
So a lot of times now people are doing, we hire our people through agencies now. We'll go through a temp agency, use them as long as we can before we decide. We even have some people for years.
Wow, that's a shame.
I've done it to get my foot in a company, went through an agency, got in there, proved myself. But for me, myself, I would be like, listen, I've been working here for such and such amount of time. I need benefits. So, it's just a different way. I guess they use that as their way of hiring us, trying to see what a person is capable of doing, because her manager was a beast. She had just let go of some other people who wasn't working up to her expectations. So that's a little overview of what Madison was going through, her occupation, and Alec's occupation. And then Karon, what was his name on the show? Jake. He was Jake.
Yes.
Karon, Jake.
From State Farm.
Jake, he was basically I'm going to make it. I'm some type of music.
He was a manager. Again, he's a manager, managing artists. And that takes
waiting for that break. See, and this is waiting for that big break.
And they always waiting on the big break. But can our bills wait on the big break? Do we need our bills paid now or when the big break comes?
We need them. We need
money
now.
I need my bills paid now.
Right. So his focus was not his kids. It was what he wanted to do. It was being this music producer or agent. Bills still running up. Maddie's bills are saying past due. She getting past due notices in her house, and he's still just like, he's able to jump in and out when he wants to. That's the part of it that I do not like. How are you just gonna pop up to her house whenever he wants to?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Granted, I know we got kids together, but you have to respect my home.
Yeah, you have to.
And even when she told him to,
no, because she wasn't taking his phone calls. He was calling her.
No, that's the second time. The second time he came over there, when she said to him to call, she wasn't taking the calls, and he popped up over there again. He's this is a typical story that you hear with single moms and their baby daddies. They want to give money when they want to give it. He gave gifts for Christmas, and he paid a bill for her.
But that was that was a big bill that he paid for her.
How do you know it's a big bill?
Because, okay, Coins for Love is an offshoot of Coins for Christmas, which was the last movie. So that was like $2,600. They showed that she needed to pay that. And that was when he paid the bill off. And also something else, like we knew from the last movie, if you watched the first one, you know where he was going with this one. And the first movie, it just wasn't happening. It wasn't in the cards for them to get back together. So I don't even know why he was like, I miss my family. He really missed the kids. He really missed the sex from her. I mean, I don't know anything else he missed, because having a family and being in the business, you have to, take a priority. Will Smith said it best. He said, you're either going to be present and be a part of the kid's life, or you're going to be in the industry and excel over there. Mm-hmm. He said, you can't do both. Like you have to do one or the other. And to hear him say it out of his mouth, because he knew when he wasn't present with his first son, like he should have been, what it did for their relationship that didn't get repaired until he got much older. But for the little ones, he realized, you know what? I actually have to make a choice. Mm-hmm. Right? So he was trying to do both, but he wasn't willing to sacrifice, because she did give him a remedy. And we're kind of jumping to the end of the story, but she said, can't you say, I'll meet you there on a plane tomorrow and have this dinner and take a later flight? That would have been putting his family first. And he said it was impossible. Then the girl came in and said, you about to get left. When he was like,
it seemed like there was more between him and that girl. I'm sorry.
He said, baby.
Because she came in like, oh, forget who you're talking to. Because, if there wasn't nothing between them, you're going to be like, oh, excuse me, I see you speaking to someone. She was basically like, that person don't matter.
He said,
you not matter.
He should have been like, I got to run in here with my kids and my sons and my daughter mother, baby mama, because I promised them.
They had got back together at that point. We did this has jumped so much.
I know. Okay, go back. Let's just go back to the number one. Men who pay when it's convenient.
So, men who pay when it's, I think that him stating the fact that he paid Christmas and he paid our IRS bill, he thought that was enough. It takes more than just money. It takes more than money, number one, but you need to be consistent. Like, you can't give money here and there and think that everything is going to be okay. He didn't just have one kid, he had two kids by her.
He had a son and a daughter.
Yes.
It's different.
And these kids are old enough to be in different events. You're talking about, like, the daughter wanted to be in that program, like the photography program. She wanted to be a part of something. If he had that additional income, then everything would have been okay, because mama she took that editorial job, hoping to make it to 6 months. Then she was Ubering. Then Alec, when she was Ubering, their friend saw her. She was actually picked up their friend, Alec's friend. And he told Alec, like, yo, she's Ubering. So he knew what type of worker she was.
Yes.
So he wanted her back. And I wanted them to get together.
Oh, wasn't she so mad when she got with her baby daddy? When she had a good man sitting right in her face.
Yes, but you got to understand, she was confused. She was confused about that because he wasn't straightforward about her that place where that white chick showed up at the door.
Yeah, white
ex-fiance.
We gonna call her Beyonce.
We ain't calling her that either.
Oh, calling her just white chick.
White chick.
Yeah, that's
it. Her white chicks. Cause she remind me of the white chicks. You remember the movie?
She just popped in like Barbie.
She was like, and she was just like flashing her ring, and she was like, "I'm back," and kind of found out she was with another person.
Right.
And this was all over the media that she was with this other person.
Right. And why he should have been like, no, from the get-go.
That's the problem. So that's why Maddie was like, I'm not standing there. Maddie tried to hold her job and still came back over there. And the girl was like, oh, you're not needed anymore.
The services are no longer needed. I'm quite sure whatever you were doing here, it's a wrap.
Oh, you see how she had her stuff laid around? Her bra was on the sofa. She was in her little jersey t-shirt.
No,
she was really home.
Madison did not tell him specifically, like, so are my services needed or not? Because she just told me there, like, she should have said it right in his face and let him.
But she did say.
No, she just left. She was like,
that time she left.
Blah, 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 and then walked out.
What? When they met at the diner, that's what she said, that she was told her services were no longer needed.
But
he really did
ask him a question, and then she went on a tangent to tell him.
That's what we do. When we pissed off,
she didn't even
pissed off.
He shouldn't even get to explain himself. She just was like, and why is it that you feel that you need her to validate you? She didn't even ask, like, who is this lady to you? What would move you?
She already knew who she was.
She knew, but what is she now? You keep saying ex-fiance, but she's walking in like y'all to rekindle. So is your relationship gonna interfere with my work? Because you don't just walk away. He's still paying you. So I don't care what Barbie said.
I'm gonna get the money. I'm gonna have to put my personal stuff to the side and get the money. I do agree with you on that.
She was too emotional, like, well.
Yeah, because she really liked them. She really liked them.
No, why when he tried to kiss her, she ran out?
Because, you know why? Because she was thinking about work. Like, it's not going to work for as work and her being in the relationship with him. So she was trying to stay professional.
How is he going to take that like, oh, I should be respectful of her because this is my future girlfriend, when she just ran out like she saw Godzilla? She should have ran like that when Jake came over there with that massage. That's when she should have been running.
So she was at Jake's house. First of all, Jake asked to take her out for dinner, right? She said, no, we can't do dinner. Let's do drinks. Now, what happened when you have a few drinks? You going back to the house, and then you going back to the bedroom. Like, it took that one time with Jake, and then she was back with him. Like, I was really thinking that she was, when she was in the bed, she was saying, this is not going to work. I swore that was going to be it. They're going to break it off. And then she was going to find her way to Alec. But no. She was like, we together, got the kids dressed up, went out to dinner, all that stuff. Yeah. And this movie, it had certain scenes that was like really, that I was like, good. It was a good TV movie overall, but only thing that really set to me was how Jake was as a father, far as providing and just coming around when he had the time versus when it was really needed, and paying when he wanted to. Because us as single mothers, we relied on child support. Yes, My son's father paid a little bit of change. When I say a little bit of change, it was a little bit of change, like $200. And we living in Atlanta, and we got growing kids. That was basically my weekend money because I had to put so much up for my son. He was in daggone marching band for.
Right. Oh my God. That didn't even pay his band fees.
That didn't pay nothing. That ain't even the shoes.
Look, your kids have to have a cell phone because you got to be able to get in touch with them. You got to know where they're at all times. Okay,
Right.
they have to have clothes. They have to have food, clothing, and shelter. Here's what I learned. After having 2 kids with 2 different dudes that were totally different, you almost have to keep one foot in their neck at all times. Because if you don't ask for the money, they're going to assume, oh, she got the money to pay it. She don't need it. You know, like, and then you just going to pitch in when you can. But if you let it known, like, look, hello, yeah, the bill, like, and it's annoying to have to do that because sometimes you be like, you know what? I'm not about to be calling him every single
And I didn't.
asking for the same money over and over. I'll just do it myself. No, we have to hold them accountable.
So that's what for us, child support was the accountability because he wasn't my baby father wasn't going to do no more than what was necessary.
Yeah, so what we call sperm donors.
Yes. So thank you. Thanks for my child.
Sperm donors.
So in this case, I felt like I knew what I was getting. You know, I got the little change each month, but I couldn't go for anything else. I couldn't ask for anything else. And you didn't even offer your time with your child. So I was just
worse.
Yes.
Like the time or the money.
If he was spending time with my son like he should have been, like I wanted him to, he could have kept that little $200 because that time meant more than anything. Yeah. I was very fortunate after watching what Essence went through initially. Her name was Madison, Maddie, where she was doing like juggling these jobs and everything. I was very blessed to be home with my son. Like I had jobs where I was getting off at 3:00. So I had the whole day with my child. I didn't, it was just a lot of things.
Get home, like when he got home from school,
yeah,
you could regulate the homework. See,
yes.
I was like, did you do
I was always home.
And I'm off and homework ain't done. Did you do your homework? Yeah, I did it on the bus. I did it at girl, ain't bit more did homework than a man in the moon. Just telling me anything. Even Jalen, one time I remember, he had an F and he was on the football team. And I marched out there on the field during his game and went to the coach. It was like, why is this boy on the field? And he has an F.
He has an F? Right.
He was like, oh, he got an F? Uh-oh. We got a surprise.
Do we have Jake?
Is that Jake from State Farm?
He's connecting.
Hola. What's up?
Hi.
Jake from State Farm.
How y'all doing?
What are you wearing?
Good. How are you?
State Farm?
Some khaki shorts and what's going on?
The little one.
So, this is Tiki Miko.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
This is Karon Riley, a.k.a. Jake, from Coins for Love, Coins for Christmas. Jake, did they name the movie because you was only donated coins? It should have been no coins for Christmas.
I came through it. I came through on Christmas. I came through in the end, like all heroes do.
And that's what I was explaining to Tamiko, how this movie was kind of an offshoot from the first one. And you came through in a big way for Christmas with that bill you paid.
Oh yeah, the bill I paid. I got the camera. I got all of it.
That could have like took you through a few months of child support in your mind.
Well, yeah, it was about 10 grand if I remember correctly. So I think I covered up the year.
See?
That's how I do it.
It was 10 grand. And Tamiko
You said 2,600.
I thought it was 26.
I don't know. I think I had 10 grand in my mind.
Yeah.
So, no. She told me 2,600, and I'm like, 2,600 is not enough for 2 kids. Now, if you put up 10 grand, then
exactly.
you had time. You had a little leeway to the next payment. I would agree with that.
Exactly.
But they had him looking like he didn't have time for his kid.
Well, he was out there trying to go scrape up some more money, get another 10 grand hit. That's what he was trying to do. So
how much did you give her in that envelope when you dropped off? You gave her the roses, and because
I think that was another 10 grand hit right there too. And that's how I roll. I show with 10 grand every time I show up.
Yeah, and she was acting like this ain't enough. But
I was like, I thought. Now she did not look very grateful for that. I would have been like, "Woo, this saving me." She was just like, So I guess that's when you had to break her off.
She wanted everything because
she wanted the whole beefcake.
We're talking about 2 baby mamas who was getting $200 a month. Okay, so to us it was like, girl, you better be grateful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jake from State Farm ain't that bad now, huh? See.
But I still say the time was bad. I do like the fact that you was very the few times you did pop up, you was involved with your kids. But I also realized that you would quickly ditch your kids, your family, to do your job. So that's what Jonelle was saying, that when you're in that type of job, that when they call, you gotta go.
You have to go.
And I think every artist or every person that lives in a high pressure job, and that's even lawyers, surgeons, and police, people in that kind of field, doctors, sometimes they get the call and they gotta go do what they gotta do. And the entertainment business is no different, man. Jake is a producer. He had a hot act that was potentially about to break, and
potentially.
Potentially, and everybody knows when you're on the verge, everything has to be done, executed properly, or you end up losing your position. So I think that's where we found Jake in this movie, man. He was really on the verge of realizing all his dreams, and he was trying to put all the dreams together by bringing his family together too. But he realized quickly that it's still a cost. Yeah, it's still a cost. It's every choice has a cost to it. Every level of success has a cost to it, and you have to ask yourself those questions when you're asking for what you want out the world. Do you want to be the biggest person in the world in your career? And, what comes with that comes a whole lot of different things. It's not a lot of time to spend with the family. It's just the nature of success.
So you're justifying a good career with neglect for the family. Is that what I'm hearing here?
Well, no, I'm not justifying it. It's just, it is what it is. You can only be in one place at once. And that's really what it is. Like, you got to make a choice. It's like, do I become...
But when do you put them first? Like,
well, it's a choice. It all comes down to a choice. Some people make the choice to put their family first through their whole life. Mm-hmm. And they become 60, 70, 80-year-old people who never fulfilled everything they wanted to do in their profession. Or you have people that choose their profession first and they become 60, 70, 80-year-old people who not that close to their kids. So
do you feel it's a case of, how they say the 9-to-5 person doesn't understand the entrepreneur? Sometimes you have a 9-to-5 wife and her mental is 9-to-5. And then the entrepreneur that's reaching out, nothing happens between 9 to 5. You're just getting all the cars warmed up for after from 5 to 9. So it's like, can the two minds work together, or should she have been a little more understanding? Like, she just wasn't cutting you no slack. Like,
but we don't know what got to that.
Yeah, it's a lot of history there, obviously, with just the fact that he's obviously been doing this for a lot of time, and she just made a choice. Again, she made a choice. She realized that that wasn't the kind of love she wanted to have. So she decided to not to end that marriage and not be in that relationship. She could have stayed there and toughed it out and dealt with the neglect and all those things. But her character made a choice, and the choice was now she was a single mom, and she has to deal with what comes with that. I don't think it was like I love the way the series is, because Jake is he's not abusive. He's not doing anything of those natures. It just, like I said, what the movie shows is everything has a choice. Everything has an opposite equal reaction. And you have to deal with the consequences of all of it in all aspects of life.
Now, you were doing good until the artist act like, till she called you baby.
Yeah, it was confusing on your relationship.
Who your family was. She was like, who is this? Why didn't you say, this my wife? Or this my girl?
Again, in the world of lights, camera, and action, there's always a lot of blurred lines sometimes. Those artists sometimes as a manager and a producer that you almost become like their surrogate daddies, boyfriend, whatever, you play a lot of different roles for a lot of those artists.
Like,
basically.
I understand what you were saying, that if she go by herself, she be done blew the whole thing. In her mind, she was popping, and you need to come on, or you go get lost, and you like, girl, bye. Right. So that's what made Madison not really understand that life. And now in her mind, you was always a cheater. And once a cheater, always a cheater. Once not fair, still not fair. Just go. And I
did he cheat?
Yeah, no, I didn't get any cheater in it.
I didn't get no cheat in it. I just felt like he was absent.
In her eyes. When she seen that woman, she was looking like, okay, that's it. All right, I see what's going on here.
I'm not. Jake wasn't a cheater. I think Jake was just a guy that was overly ambitious with forgot the responsibility of his family first.
Yeah,
a lover, not a fighter.
But yeah, Jake is opposite of me, man. Jake is a guy who's chasing his career and not putting his family first. Like me, I put my family and my family's first, and my career second. So that's why it was so much fun to be able to play Jake as well, because I can go to work for 2 weeks and be a version of myself where I don't care about if the kids call. Like, if I got this, if I'm working, I'm working. And that's what it is.
Yeah, and, you was like, all right, then I'll get on you. And the kids, when you told your son, call me at the end.
Yes, he was walking out just like, I'm gonna call you. I was like, really? You can't give your kids a hug? I'm like, I'm about to go.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
It was an emotional moment for you. I get it. You couldn't face your kids, but goodness.
Yeah,
exactly. We was loving you up until that point. We were like,
you know what? Y'all know what's funny is I was trying to, Jamal Hill, he's the director, and Susan and everybody was the writer. I tried to fight for a stop there and have a moment with the kids, but they had to lock in on giving Jake some kind of thing.
Bad villain.
I had to do the walkout so everybody, because Susan was like, "Yo, you've been charming the hell out of everybody this whole time while we've been working. So I know the audience is gonna it's gonna be really hard for the audience not to love you."
It was very hard for us.
I was looking like, did he just walk past his babies?
Yeah,
he walked past the babies.
Karon, this whole film. That's how I know when someone has done some good acting. When I don't see that person for who I know they are, when I just saw you for what you was worth, and you told your son, like, who says that?
Like, I'll call you.
They were looking so pitiful.
They weren't looking so pitiful. They played it up perfect. It's TV, it's movies. It's got to have some drama. And in real life, that wouldn't have happened, I don't think. But I think in the movie, to get that dramatic undertone and that gut punch that you need from the audience, he's got to walk out. He's got to do the little hand gesture.
In real life, if that was Terry and he did that to those kids.
Oh man, no. In real life, the whole girl running up in the spot and getting out of there alive wouldn't have happened.
She wouldn't have never got out of there.
Yeah, it would have been a whole different movie.
Look, the girl would have been like, "Hey, babe, boom."
She wouldn't even got the word out. Like,
boom.
You would be like, "Honey, she not even here for me." Like, you would have been like, "I don't even know."
Disaster, all bad. I don't want none of that smoke.
Thank you for your input and giving us. Now we got a whole little twist on Jake, and we not that upset with you.
Cause I was mad at Jake.
I'm fighting for Jake. Yeah, Jake is trying to stay around, man. We trying to keep Jake alive, man. Jake is gonna make a comeback in part 3. I promise you. He gonna do something magic.
Yeah, this was amazing. You did an amazing job in both films.
He gotta get his family back because Alec is trying to take his family now.
Yeah.
So.
Alec doesn't stand a chance. You see Jake in that biker jacket. Alec don't wear that biker jacket like that. So I'm telling you, he's gonna win out.
Is that all it is? The jacket? You hit it for the jacket.
Sometimes the jacket. Sometimes that's all it is. A properly placed biker jacket is all.
It was good. It was a nice little leather jacket. You just had to pop the collar.
Yeah, I don't know. He had on some other pants that was questionable that went to his ankles.
Yeah.
And so he had a couple of little outfits on. I was like, Alec.
Well, how tall are you and how tall is Maddie? Because the framing of it was like you was up here and she was down here. You just see her forehead. It was
and I shot all my scenes barefoot. It's hard with me working with actresses being so small. Like Essence is tiny. All the Christmas movies I did with Melinda, she's tiny. I mean, I usually work barefoot. most of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I was like,
cannot
she
be
needs to
so
be
much.
up on a little box or something.
Well, a lot of times when you saw her standing still, she was on a box. Like when we're in the kitchen and I'm sitting down, she's on a box.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's on the box then, and it's a lot of times they put her on the box, but she doesn't have to move, which gives her a little bit better frame of reference. But hey, shoot, I'm a big lead man, so my lead lady's got to be at least 5'5", 5'6" for it to halfway feel right.
Well, I was glad they redid her eyelashes on the love scene where she
Right.
had her eyes closed, and which I'll be sometimes one to just fix those lashes. But they
Stop
were
it.
right. They got the camera angle.
Stop it.
Look at you.
Stop it. She was chewing y'all up.
No, when you do films, you look at things differently. Like you be looking for shadows.
I mean, it's all in the details.
I get it.
And the sad part is, well, the good news is people who don't do this like us for a living all the time, they don't see everything we see.
Right.
So like sometimes when we watching something, we be like, oh, I see a sound wire, or that cup wasn't there that last shot, or just stuff like that. That when you do it, you see things, and and then you got to remember that spoils the fantasy sometimes. Like just stay in the movie, like stay in.
Right.
And that's the hardest thing for artists and people in our world, that we watch film a little bit different than most people. So
like the Netflix film with Nia Long,
the phone being upside down.
And everybody was like, aha, all it takes is one person to put it on Instagram.
Oh my God, because there's always one messy person in the community that just want to blow the spot up. Like I started doing, I started shooting and doing my own stuff too. So now I told like my partner now, I said, look, let's make something wrong in every time we got to find one thing. So see who finds it, see who's real hater about life.
People are really paying attention. Yeah. They have nothing else to do.
That hat on a different angle.
Yeah, just do something. Just do one
Easter egg.
One Easter egg a show just so people can find it. Did y'all find the one blatant?
Right.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. It would have been hilarious if you guys could have did that with Rodney. And if you like at the end kept showing his pull up, and then he had on something crazy or different, like every time he pulled up. Like his pants sagging in the back one time.
Right.
Just all kind of craziness.
Right.
But yeah, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. And
thank you.
Anytime,
clearing up Jake's name.
Yeah, I got to fight for my boy Jake, man. Jake ain't that bad. He just a little he ain't as disciplined as I am in real life.
He'll get there.
Be good.
Have a good one. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Janelle. I'll talk to y'all.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Oh, what a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that was good.
See, we can never
to hear him tell his story. Man, you can't feel bad for Jake. Why did he get on? He left them kids. Look, now I'm like, he still left them kids.
That's why I'm saying $10,000. When she was like, just because you paid the IRS bill, he was like, it wasn't even my IRS bill. It was your IRS bill, okay? It wasn't even their IRS bill as a family.
Mm-hmm.
It was her.
So there's another one coming out.
Really?
Because he said something about number 3. Yeah. He said number 3. I don't know if he meant to say that, but I caught it. And I was like, Then that's what I was asking him. I'm wondering, is he going to fight for his family? Because he been made it,
Thanksgiving is what's left. They could pull it off. Because you had coins for love, coins for Christmas, and coins for Thanksgiving. I don't know what else you could have. Coins for.
So okay.
What else could you have coins for? Coins for Christmas too? Oh, they could.
So let me ask you about this: the jar, the coin jar.
Yeah, what does that symbolize? We need to ask Essence.
No, y'all see most families I know.
She's the wife we know. She's single. She's a woman in film and entertainment. She's divorced, probably because of her career. She couldn't hold a relationship down, and she had to make a choice. We've got to talk to Essence. And the other director of that last film is more than willing to have a chit-chat with us.
I know. I'm waiting.
Email. Yeah.
I have some questions. I don't know. What are you waiting on? I'm like, when are we going to talk to her?
I know. I've been just trying to get it together. I really wanted my backdrop with the real wife thing going on.
Yeah.
But I had to get the logo how I wanted it. So that was the main thing. I know it's kind of petty and it's simple, but
No.
because I want you to have a backdrop too.
I'm about to say, I need one right here.
Both have one in the background. Exactly.
Right.
So finally he got it together. And we had to get this together so we can have the right conversations.
Right.
So
and that was good. And we're able to add people in. But
I know how to add people in now. It just popped up and said, Karon is waiting. I was like, yes.
You're like, it's Christmas.
Yes. Getting more organized, you guys. And I think we're running out of time. I think we have 45 minutes on our Zoom meetings. I'm not sure. But
I think that's enough time anyway.
We can send out enough invites so we can invite people in. So I think that if they're watching us, like the first 20 minutes, maybe, or maybe the first, actually, we should leave the last 15 minutes for question and answers.
So what I do suggest was that we let them know ahead of time which show we watch it so that they can watch it. Yeah. And then they'll be able to chime in and stay abreast because people have been asking, okay, what are you watching next week? People have been asking me that.
I think we can tune in on P-Valley. We got to say something about P-Valley.
Girl, have you watched it?
Right in Atlanta? No, I have not seen any of it. But everybody's talking about The Chi, and P-Valley is making their Sunday nights complete.
I mean, I stay up and watch The Chi. I'm proud of Candy. I am so proud of Candy.
Oh my goodness.
Her acting in it, like I was really like how is she going to do with this? Because I seen her acting something else, but it was small. But this role here, it's like I'm a grown woman. I'm owning it. And I want to know how Todd felt. Like he's a very supportive husband, but I know it took a little bit. Actually, they did a little speak on it about that one day.
Well, you know what? I'm going to make sure that we get Todd on here because he's a good friend of mine too. So I know that he'll pop in. Between his gigs, I don't know. He's like
right now with COVID.
The Old Lady Gang is doing $1 million a month, easy. $1 million a month, the first one.
Oh, good.
That's awesome. And they got 3 of them. But the State Farm Arena's been closed down. So
and see, I like how they work together. Like people doubted their relationship, but together they are so good. And I mean, I like the honesty. I like the honesty, even with I really enjoy Candy in this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta because she really got into like the depth of her relationship, what she's juggling with, and how he felt. Like I felt it was like really sincere. Yeah, I like the way he talked to her.
She has not broken down and cried yet. Because normally she always starts explaining stuff and break down. And
I get that. I cry when I'm really passionate about something.
I love her, and I hate to see her cry because it makes me cry.
But no, I understand what she means when she cries. It's just her feelings. Like I don't know how to express myself, so typically I cry or I'm crying to fight. Like I'm about to do one or the other. If I love you,
you embedded in my head. I was like, whoa, Candy.
Yes, but let's find out which show we're gonna watch next and let the viewers know so that when we are here, we can just like have it open so they can chime in, you know.
And so do we need to, or is Tuesdays gonna work for us or is Wednesdays gonna work for us? Which one?
Tuesday is fine for me.
Okay, so let's make it Tuesday at 4:30. Oh. And that must be the end of our time. Okay. Tiki? Miko?
What you were frozen. You coming back. You were frozen. I heard nothing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you was frozen.
I wasn't frozen.
I was like, Tiki? Miko?
No, I wasn't frozen. You were frozen. You was like,
I was waiting on you to say something.
And I was like,
that is hilarious. So it's gonna end our time. New news. In other news, I have to get a colonoscopy. Just as routine.
Do you need somebody to drive you there?
Johnny is gonna drive me there. Hopefully today he's gonna drive me there. The day of, girl, he might have other plans. No, he should take me. It's right up the street. I got to get on his calendar though.
Lord, gotta
And
get on the kids.
tomorrow, I need everyone to tune in to Zoom at 8 o'clock. I'm going to send you all the information so it can answer any kind of questions that you have about our personal circle of savings and getting the queenage.
Yeah.
Baby.
Oh my goodness.
I just lost it. Okay. And I'm not even drinking. You know, I've had not one drink. Maybe I needed a drink.
Girl, you need that drink.
I am excited for the Zoom, you guys. I am feeling the Zoom.
I've been telling you for the longest. I'm so happy.
Clarity in the internet, the Wi-Fi, everything. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to test one more service.
Okay.
Hello? We need to test one more service. We should do it on an off day just to see how it is. And so you can compare the two because the other one is live, like you actually feeding into all your audience.
Yes, and I'm going to give you all the passwords to log in so you can show me how to do it, and maybe you could do it and I could join in. I don't know.
Okay.
So I'll just give you the passwords to everything so that you can figure out.
Okay, that works. We can do this.
It's all about us being better, being stronger as women in film and entertainment, supporting each other, and giving the men a break. You know, we're going to call a spade, and we're also going to give the men a break when they need a break. So that's why we had to bring Karon Joseph Riley, Jake from State Farms, look, AKA Jake from.
Because you came in, look, you came in, man, like, are they dogging us again?
He was like, wait a minute. But wait a minute, did he just, see, he's too smooth with it. Because he came in even making us like, oh, okay, Jake, yeah, you did give her. Oh, ungrateful.
Yes, we turned on her so quick.
We turned on her so fast. Oh my
Wait
God.
a minute. We need Essence on this call because I need to hear her take. I need her to confirm, Essence, we need you to confirm that you actually received $10,000.
And
please.
If you did,
and please tell me he wasn't in the arrears $50,000 and he just gave you $10,000. Then that didn't do anything.
Well,
I need to know.
She was like, thank you. She was so happy, crying and everything when she got it. He was.
Oh, that was coins for Christmas. You know, Christmas time we emotional. Right now, this movie came out when it's during COVID. We mad. She's working 3 jobs.
She was like, and you think just what you did for Christmas, a little Christmas gift was going to settle?
Yes.
And he was like, what? A little Christmas gift.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
Ooh, when I just told on the baby daddy's like, we were talking about the $200 a month.
Well, wait a minute, I shut up. Oh, you gave me $10,000? Ah, okay. Go ahead and work, homie.
Then you threw me under the bus. You was like, Jono said it was $600.
Sure did. Because I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to do listen, you know I do accounting, so I was trying to figure out the money. Like, what is the money? $2,600 is nothing. $10,000, I can, you know, we could do a couple of months. Her bills shouldn't be past due for, she could catch up on her bills, depends on what it is. It was a cable bill.
Calling back up. Everything past due. Nobody was home long enough to watch TV, so I don't even know why she had a cable bill. The internet her daughter needed for the Wi-Fi. Her son obviously been.
I wonder what's going to happen though. Is she going to get with Alec, or if
he does not want her to get with Alec at all?
I feel like he loves his family, but he loves his job. Like he loves what he's doing.
And that's how I was. I was out of town, working, leaving the kids with, you know, folks. But
just leaving the kids.
But I was still working. You know what I mean? You got to do. And when you work for clients, you really are at their mercy. And everything
beck and call.
Their time. And they don't even act like you have a family. And the thing is, you don't want to lose a client because you're like, oh, my kids, oh, I got to go pick up this. Oh, you don't even tell them about that because they can easily replace you with somebody who don't have that going on. So you love the job so fast because of the fact that it is something you love doing, and you do think you can excel to higher levels if you can just master that one thing. So you're not quick to quit and just let go. For those kids, that's go be there. And real talk, you ain't trying to be around them all day knowing.
I was always around my kid.
Look,
always.
Well, you should have been around all the kids. That's about what happened.
I was around my kid and my neighbor's kid because she worked like crazy. See? So I was the mom that was home all the time, and I was very blessed to be able to do that.
Because he was a father who had a Maddie in his life, who had a Madison, who was there for the kids.
He was able to do that. So that's another thing. Like you was asking him, do you think somebody who's trying to be an entrepreneur, and hey, you need that person who has a regular 9 to 5. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you got a family, you still got bills to pay. If anything, he had his own apartment. Now, if it wasn't infidelity and she just mad because he was gone, he ain't got to get another apartment. Right. That money could be coming into your house.
Oh. The money that he could be staying there with the kids so somebody could be there?
Yes.
Since he wasn't there all the time, out of town and gone.
He's never home. So why did he have a whole...
Alec would appreciate that, for one.
Who would?
Alec.
Well, we ain't talking about him. Like, he had his whole...
And other suitors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Hopefully it'll end well and the kids will all be happy and it'll just turn out to one big... I like what he said, though. The point of it is that sometimes you have choices to make.
And then he said it's not just his occupation. And you know, doctors are on call.
Yeah.
Lawyers, they're gone all day long. I mean, hours. Some people have to travel.
Television and Married to Medicine, and they keep showing this, you know, her
right.
OBGYN, and then the husband's at home all day. You know, it's a good thing. Somebody got to play that role. I don't think it's anything wrong with a man playing that role. It's not. As long as it's put into the proper perspective and he not just at home living the life of Riley. There's laundry, there's food. You know, my dad was like, my kids are growing and evolving into young men, but at the same time, I still the part-time cook, the laundry lady, the cleanup lady, the maid, and everything else. They don't ever go do their own laundry. They don't ever fold clothes, you know. And sometimes the trash lady, and that's where I draw the line. I feel like if I do everything and keep a roof over our heads, why am I taking out the garbage? Certain things is just off limits that I don't need to do.
No cleaning the bathroom and no taking the garbage out. My husband would not let me do either one of those things. And my son, he now knows, because you want to teach your boys that these boys going to eventually have their own family.
Right. Uh-oh.
This meeting no longer has a time meeting.
A 40-minute time limit on your group. Love it.
But it says no longer has the time limit.
They removed the 40-minute limit.
Oh, okay. Well, so I can finish this statement, then we can close out. But when, you know, we teaching our boys what they have to do when they get out on their own. And I don't want my son thinking that I'm going to be the only cook. His wife is going to be a cook. She's going to be the only one watching. He has to learn how to do all these things for himself. Matter of fact, he may not even have a wife. He might just be on his own. Something could happen to me, and mom is not there to help you to do these things. So he needs to know how to effectively run a house without me and be successful at that. But at the same time, you're not burning me out when it's all of us in this house. No.
Right. Everyone has to play their part.
Everybody. If I cook a few days, my husband will cook a few days. My son don't cook a few days. Like, he can make sure he has what he need to eat. But we all contribute to the house running smoothly, so it's not on one person. So
amazing. That is amazing. You are to be applauded.
We try.
We really do.
We try. We do.
Okay,
yes.
Well, we're getting all of our imaging together. You guys just bear with us. But as you can see, we're on the Zoom. We're improving. I cannot wait to upload this to share it with everyone on Facebook. Hopefully I can edit.
Yes, this was really good at our first.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm. And I set up the other one. I will set up the other account and let you know the password so you could try it. Yeah. We can try it together.
Please.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, this was good. Bye.
Bye, you guys.